My name is Elina. I'm 28 years old and I live alone in a small apartment. My life was quiet, simple, and peaceful, just the way I liked it. I had a routine. I worked during the day, came home in the evening, made myself a cup of tea, and listened to soft music while watching the city lights from my window. That Friday evening started just like any other. I came home from work, tired but calm. I slipped into my favorite pajamas, brewed a cup of tea, and turned on some music. The warm smell of jasmine filled the room. For a moment, it felt like everything was in its right place. Then I heard it, a soft knock at the door. I froze. First, I thought maybe it was just a neighbor. Maybe someone confused my apartment for theirs. I didn't think much of it. But a minute later, the knock came again, louder this time. A hard, sharp bang-bang that made my chest tighten. I wasn't expecting anyone. Slowly, I tiptoed to the door and looked through the peephole. My heart stopped. It was Daniel, my ex-husband. I hadn't seen him in 2 months. We were divorced. I left him because of his anger. He used to yell, slam doors, and throw things when he got mad. First, I thought it was just stress. But over time, I realized it was more than that. I felt scared in my own home. I knew I had to leave. I opened the door just a little, my hand shaking. "What are you doing here, Daniel?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. He gave a soft smile, but his eyes were cold. "Empty." "I miss you, Elina," he said. "Can we talk?" "No," I replied quickly. "Please go. Just 5 minutes," he begged. "Let me inside. We can fix this." "There's nothing to fix," I said, my voice firm. "It's over." His face changed in an instant. His smile vanished, and his voice dropped. "Open the door, Elina. Now." "No," I whispered, fear creeping into my bones. I started closing the door. Suddenly, he pushed it hard. Luckily, I had already locked it. He banged on the door again and again, yelling, "You can't do this. You're my wife." I backed away, trembling. I grabbed my phone and called my best friend. My voice shook as I whispered, "He's here. He's angry. I'm scared." "Call the police," she said. "Do it now." My fingers trembled as I dialed. "Please help," I told the woman who answered. "My ex-husband is outside. He's trying to get in. I'm alone." "Stay inside," she said gently. "We're sending someone now. Don't open the door." I sat down on the floor, clutching my phone. My heart pounded. My mind was a storm, memories flashing one after the other. I remembered Daniel's laugh when things were good, the way he used to make coffee for me in the morning, the silly jokes. But I also remembered his rage. The time he threw a glass at the wall. Time he screamed so loud I covered my ears and cried in the bathroom. 10 minutes passed. Felt like an hour. Then, outside the door, I heard a firm voice. "Sir, step away from the door." The police. Daniel didn't back down at first. "She belongs with me," he shouted. But the officer stood firm. "No means no. Leave now." Eventually, Daniel walked away, still yelling. I didn't sleep that night. I kept the lights on, sitting up in bed, listening to every tiny noise in the hallway. Every creak made me jump. I kept wondering, will he come back? Is he waiting outside? Morning came, but it didn't bring peace. My eyes were heavy and my body was tired, but I didn't sleep at all. The fear stayed with me, sitting like a stone in my chest. Every small sound outside made me flinch. Every footstep in the hallway made me hold my breath. As soon as it was light, I got up and changed the locks. I also bought a small alarm for my door and windows. Beeped softly when I turned it on, but it made me feel a little safer. Later, I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at myself for a long time. My hair was messy and my eyes were red, but I didn't look away. "You are safe now," I said to myself. "You are strong." And I meant it. That night had changed me. Before I was quiet. I used to avoid conflict. I used to say sorry even when it wasn't my fault. I thought staying silent would keep the peace. But I was wrong. Silence didn't keep me safe. It only made me smaller. People later said, maybe he just wanted to talk. But they didn't hear the way his voice turned dark. They didn't see the anger in his eyes. I did. He didn't come to talk. He came to take control again. And I said no. That matters. The days after that were hard. I jumped at sudden noises. I double-checked the locks every night. I looked over my shoulder when I walked down the street. Healing doesn't happen in one day. Takes time. But something inside me had started to shift. One day I was walking to the grocery store when I saw a woman standing outside, crying quietly. People passed by without noticing. But I stopped. "Are you okay?" I asked. She looked at me and wiped her tears. "It's nothing," she said. But I knew that answer. I had used it many times. "Do you want to talk?" I asked gently. We sat on a bench nearby, and she told me her story. It was different from mine, but the fear in her voice was the same. And in that moment I realized I wasn't alone. And neither was she. That's why I decided to share my story. Not for sympathy. Not for attention. But for someone out there who might feel what I felt that night. Who might hear a knock at the door and freeze in fear. Someone who thinks they are weak, but they're not. You're not weak. You're surviving. And that's strength. I know now that love should never come with fear. Love is not yelling. Love is not control. Love is not banging on your door when you say no. Love is safe. Love listens. Love respects your space, your voice, your choice. After Daniel left, I thought I would always be afraid. But fear doesn't win forever. Courage grows in small steps, in locking your door and calling the police and saying no, even when your voice shakes. Now, when I lie in bed at night, I still hear echoes of that knock sometimes. I still remember his voice saying, "Just 5 minutes." But I also hear my own voice, louder, stronger. No. I speak now. I protect myself. I listen to my fear, but I don't let it control me. I take care of myself like I would a friend. I stand in the light instead of hiding in the dark. This is my story. And if you're reading this, maybe it's a part of yours too. If someone scares you, listen to that feeling. If someone crosses your boundaries, speak up. You are not here to be anyone's punching bag. You are not here to live in fear. You deserve peace. You deserve safety. You deserve love that lifts you, not love that scares you. So to the girl who's afraid to tell someone what's going on, you're not alone. To the man who wonders if it's okay to walk away from someone who hurts him, yes, it is. To anyone who thinks fear is normal in love, it's not. You are stronger than you know. Thank you for reading my story. If you felt my fear, if you understand my pain, and if you see my strength, you're part of this too.